Um, comes to a question of taste. In my opinion, I think Marmite and butter, best thing to put on toast. Best spreads to put on toast. In my opinion. I think that if you were going to compare Marmite to its closest rival, I say its closest rival, but its rival product, Vegemite, Marmite wins hands down. Um, it's just a more quality product. It's packaged better. It tastes better. It's got better texture. It looks better off a knife. It's like treacle. Whereas Vegemite, it's all. It's a Vegemite feels like, if you buy Benson and Hedges Gold, and then you buy Sovereign. Sovereign, there was a myth that Sovereign was all the sweepings off the floor from making Benson and Hedges Gold. That's what I feel Vegemite's like. It's an inferior product when you look at it on the end of a knife. It just looks like, say if you've had a television for the last 3 years and you haven't cleaned the remote control, and then you get like a paper clip, and then you go along the side of the remote control and you put all that residue, that really nasty black shit from the like the side there that gets gathered up there. You collect that into a jar, and you do this with like a billion dirty remote controls across the world, or in Australia, a million in Australia. You put that, you condense it, and you put it into a tub. That's Vegemite. Yeah, I add salt and pepper, but that's Vegemite, in my opinion. Um, Marmite wins hands down. There's always a one man upship thing between, well, especially with the Aussies, to be honest, and the English. The Aussies will always say, "Oh, we're better at this, and this is better, and blah blah blah." But at the end of the day, they live in bloody tin huts. You go over there, if you watch bloody, what was it? Um, Heartbreak High. They're living in a tenement building, like these cool kids like Con and all that, and living in a tenement building. There's no infrastructure out there. You can't compete with a country. Yeah, you've got sunshine and oceans and surf and that, but I would sacrifice that. I'm not a big fan of the sunshine anyway, but I'd sacrifice that any day of the week for a bit of infrastructure, and also not have a bloody redback spider crawl into my Air Max. You know what I mean? And steam and bite my toes off. I would sacrifice that any day of the week. And I think the reflection, this argument between Marmite and Vegemite, reflects how disillusioned Aussies are about what they have compared to what we have. We clearly have a superior product, and we clearly have the better spread. However, they're adamant that their inferior product, that looks cheaply packaged, that their inferior product is better. Which is just the story all over.